How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on Dixie for the daily, we are continuing to push forward. We do have a bounce off that bottom of our consolidation range, so I would watch. We will delete this inverted head and shoulders possibility, as that's not going to play out anymore. And we are continuing forward. Remember, that is why you watch for confirmations and breakouts. VWAP is pushing up. Momentum is gaining strength with a green dot. Money flow is pushing up. Stochastic is gaining strength. And our RSI is pushing forward. So we do look decent to continue forward. Remember, if we continue forward on Dixie, likely crypto would continue to pull back. Over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs with higher lows. They don't connect too well, I don't think. Let's see that. Did not draw that very straight. There we go. Yeah, they do not connect very well, so that does not make a rising channel. This gives us a bullish continuation. A bullish continuation would give us a chance to push up toward that 108 area. The MPP does say we have a high probability of making another higher low here. Then if we make a higher low here, that's where we would continue to push forward. Stochastic is pulling back. RSI is starting to drop. Our VWAP is starting to reject. So I would watch. That could bring that money flow lower. That VWAP pushing down with momentum weakening may bring money flow into the red, and if that holds, we could reject and see this bullish continuation end. So watch that VWAP very close. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we are pushing forward again. Bitcoin did outpace total. We did warn of that. It didn't really outpace by very much, not even 1/10%. But Stochastic does want to push up. VWAP is pushing up. Momentum is gaining strength, and that money flow does want to push forward. I would watch those lower time frames. It does show we have a probability of breaking down here on higher time frames. On the 1 hour, we do have a higher high, and then we rejected. So I would watch. If we continue to reject here, make lower highs with lower lows here, we will start to push down, and there is a 42% chance of pulling back to that 56.5. And if we don't hold there either, then I would watch again that 55% range like we were watching previously before, like right in here. So over on total for the daily, we did get bounced off that support level. There is an MPP target of about that 156, so it did increase a little bit from yesterday. Stochastic is starting to drop. VWAP is pushing down. Our money flow does want to pull back, so I would exercise caution. Remember, if that VWAP continues to drop, we could see further selling pressure. We do have an indecision candle here, so again, watch for confirmation. We would ideally get a big green candle tomorrow. That would help push us up. Our Stochastic does want to round away. RSI is trying to push forward. That VWAP is starting to pull back. Momentum is rounding, and the money flow is flat, so watch that VWAP close. If it continues to push down, then we will see momentum round away. Money flow could go from green to red, and we could continue to break down. Over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we do have indecision here as well. So I would watch. The MPP does say we could drop to about 78.8, so that is a little higher than previously, but we do still have that same probability of filling that gap yet. Momentum is dropping down overall. VWAP is starting to favor bearish with lower lows, so watch for lower highs. That can bring momentum and money flow lower, which would in turn weaken futures and in turn weaken Bitcoin, as futures does trade at a premium to Bitcoin. Over on the 1 hour, we have lower highs with lower lows, so I would exercise caution here. They don't really connect, so we may form a bearish continuation if we get another low that does not connect. Stochastic does want to push up. RSI is starting to curl, so watch that Stochastic. If it makes a breakaway, RSI could start to fall. VWAP is starting to round, so I would watch that VWAP very close. If we don't get higher high here and we see a rejection like the MPP says we could, then we will break down. However, if we manage to get higher highs with higher lows from here, the MPP does say we could go to about 105, so we could get a decent run up, providing we do not end up making a lower high over the next couple of hours. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, probably very similar. We still have that indecision point where we are right now. Momentum is pulling back. RSI is dropping. Stochastic does look like it could round, so watch if that orange gets above blue. If it does, RSI could continue lower, which would bring price lower most likely. VWAP does have lower lows, so I would watch for lower highs. This could start a bearish trend and give us strong red candles to start to break us away. Remember, our pattern could bring us below that 87K. Our MPP on the 1 hour does say we could stop just shy of that, but we also see a probability of 102k here as well. Stochastic is rounding. VWAP is bullish, but it's starting to kind of taper away. So watch that VWAP very close. We need higher highs with higher lows to push forward. Momentum is gaining strength. Money flow is green. And there is a 70% chance of hitting that probability, but there's also a 30% chance we get stuck here, and there is also a 50% chance we do reject. So I would watch for getting stuck here, getting lower highs, then get lower lows, which could break us down, and then we may see that breakdown target. However, if we manage to get a higher high here, watch for a higher low after, which would push us to that 102. I'm betting more on the bearish scenario, but strange things can happen. Bitcoin and crypto can move very quick, very suddenly, so keep that in mind as well. Our stochastic is starting to push down. RSI is starting to weaken on graph for the daily as we just crashed through our 31,954 and pushed down to that 26,555. So we did end up filling our buy order yesterday with that crash. If you didn't watch, we didn't really place any more buy orders, except the 187, trying to stay above that 16,316, as if we do not hold that 20-cent area, that will be the next area we retest, and that would be the best area for our average price to get more. Stochastic is starting to drop, RSI is weakening, our VWAP is favoring bearish, and money flow is starting to pull back. So watch that VWAP very close. If it continues to favor bearish, we will continue to drop down. Over on the 1 hour, we do have lower highs and lower lows. They do not connect in a straight channel, so this is a bearish continuation. That bearish continuation does have a probability of bringing us down toward that 17-cent range, so a decent area we're buying in. But we also could push forward according to that MPP, because it says we're getting a higher high here. I see a lower high compared to here. I'm going off this trend here, not sure what's using there to determine that. But if we do not hold above that 26,527 and we get a lower low, I would bet on that breakdown. However, if we do break that and we see this VWAP stay bullish, then we can continue forward, providing we get higher highs and higher lows. Momentum does want to push up, money flow is trying to break, so we do look positive for bullish momentum. And remember, if that money flow breaks green and holds for several hours, that's where we would continue higher and get stronger green candles, possibly retesting that value area high around that 29 like the MPP says. And then if we can see further green candles there, we would push that 31,954 and continue higher if we're lucky. So over on Anchor for the daily, again, if you have any special requests, drop them in the chat, smash the like and subscribe if you haven't already. But over on the 1 hour here, we are starting to drop down. We do have an indecision candle here as well. So again, watch for a strong green candle to create a rounding bottom that could try to save us from bearish momentum. Stochastic is starting to drop away, momentum is dropping down, VWAP is breaking down, so if that VWAP does not reverse soon, it's likely momentum and money flow will continue to weaken, which would cause further selling pressure. Over on the 1 hour, we do have those lower highs and lower lows here as well. We have a slight mini gap right around this like 45.91, so that could be positive and maybe an area where we bounce up to, maybe see a rejection and then continue lower, and then we might have a slight one right around that 48.97. But stochastic does want to round. RSI is pretty flat overall, so watch that stochastic. If it breaks here, RSI will lead price lower. VWAP is pushing down, momentum is rounding, money flow is in the green, so that VWAP is more positive here. So watch for continued higher highs with higher lows. It does look like VWAP wants to pull back, but as long as we don't break that 40.49, it's likely we could gain some bullish traction here. Over on XRP for the daily, we did get a little bit of a bounce up after everyone on Reddit panicked because we broke $2, but we did end up filling our buy order. So if you're watching here, you would have been prepared for that, and you may have copied that buy order. I don't suggest copy trading, but you would have at least been prepared for that drawback. We are still within our bull flag, so that could push us forward. Momentum is dropping, RSI is weakening, stochastic does want to round away, so watch that stochastic close, and VWAP does have lower highs with lower lows, so the daily doesn't look very strong, but if we can get a strong green candle here, we may make a rounding bottom after getting this third touch to the bottom, which could give us that break forward. Over on the 1 hour here, we do have lower highs. Watch for a retest of that $2. There's a 50% chance of that happening, but providing we do not get a lower low, we can continue and create a bullish continuation to push us up as we have a higher high here. So again, watch for that higher low. If we get that higher low, pull back, retest our channel and continue forward, that would be positive, or even that $2 range. Stochastic does look pretty flat. RSI is pushing forward. VWAP is pulling back. Momentum is heading up and money flows in the green. But if that VWAP makes a lower low, we could break down. Right now, VWAP does look like it wants to round forward. So if it does make that kind of scoop forward, we could see a higher low with this higher high to start to give us that bullish traction forward. So it does look like finance coins are doing pretty good today. XRP, Algo, Ondo all doing good compared to the rest of the market. So Algo, we do have a target of $2.29. We're around that, I believe that's a golden pocket zone. So right around that golden pocket zone. So we could see some manipulation around there. Remember, those are heavy manipulative zones. Visit our Mastering the Trade series that we dropped in the comments if you don't know what the golden pocket is, as we'll show you how to set that up. We do have an indecision candle here as well, so again, watch for a strong green candle. Momentum is dropping, RSI is weakening. VWAP does have those lower lows with the lower highs, so watch for that to continue. If it does, we could continue to pull back, and we would see that MPP target of around 28-29 cents. So I would watch for that 29 cents. That could be positive on the daily. If we jump back to the daily, that could be a higher low for the daily. But over on the 1 hour, that could start a bearish trend if we're not careful, as we do have some lower lows and lower highs going on here on the 1 hour. And if that continues, we could break down. Now, this could be not really a pattern. We have a flat top, descending bottom. Could be a megaphone if you want to draw those. I don't draw them. They never play out for me, so I don't trade on those. But to me, it looks like we have some consolidation overall. This could have been a freak manipulation move. We did not successfully break down, and then the bulls are trying to regain. However, that consolidation could create a bear flag to drop us down and retest around that 34. Stochastic does want to round, RSI is pushing up, VWAP is bullish with those higher highs and higher lows, so that is positive. Momentum does want to break bullish, so if that VWAP stays bullish, money flow could start to push forward, but if that VWAP rejects here, it's likely price action would break down. We do have a 62% chance of hitting 50 cents, so I would watch for a continuation forward here. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like and subscribe if you